the MEA, where India has issued an advisory urging all the citizens to avoid the travelling and their travel plans to be aborted to Syria in the wake of the violence and unrest in the country. As in fact, there are tragic news that's coming and pouring in at this point of time from Syria. In the advisory by the MEA, it has stated that in the view of the situation that's currently prevailing in Syria, Indian nationals are advised to avoid all kinds of travel to Syria until further notification is issued. New Delhi has also asked the citizens of Indian origin in Syria to exercise caution and stay close to safety shelters. The ministry has also urged the stranded Indians to leave by the earliest available commercial flights. It further issued an emergency helpline number, email ID for the Indian nationals to stay in touch with Indian embassy in Damascus. Earlier, India had said that it has closely following the situation in the Arab Republic. The tensions escalated in Syria after Islamist group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham has launched an offensive against the President Bashar al-Assad and his army. Last week, for the past week, government troops have repeatedly fallen back in the face of the sudden opposition offensive, which flipped the tables on a long entrenched stalemate in Syria's nearly 14-year-old civil war. The Syrian army acknowledged that it had lost the control of the Hama for the first time since the civil war gripped the embattled country in the year 2011. Brian Thomas joins me live on the broadcast. Civil war in Syria has intensified, Brian. An advisory has come, but what we are also learning is that there is still chaos and violence that's persisting on the ground in the wake of the developments from Aleppo to Hama to Homs. What is the latest that in fact you are gathering at this point, and how in fact is the situation right now?
Well, Simran, definitely now the situation has become worse, where India has now also issued urgent advisory amidst this very deteriorating situation in Syria. And even in light of this escalating unrest also in Syria, the government of India has issued an urgent advisory to all Indian nationals, now advising them to avoid all travel to Syria until further notice. Now, the MEA has urged Indians currently in Syria to stay connected in the Indian embassy in Damascus, sharing even an emergency helpline number and email for assistance. Now, the advisory also stressed the importance of those who are able to leave Syria to do by earliest available in commercial flights, and for those unable to leave, it is advisory observing utmost precaution about the safety and minimizing movement. And even it was also said that Syria's political future now hangs in the balance with increasing international involvement, including Turkey's support for the rebels and even diplomatic outreach by HTS also to Russia and China. Meanwhile, Russia is also involved in the Ukraine war, has yet to outline its steps in Syria, and India's advisory also very much underscores the urgency of the situation of the country. It braces for another very important development.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.